Okay. Ooh, a green laser. All right. Oh my goodness, Pam is back. I see her at the back coming in. So excited. Pam's coming in here. Haven't seen her all summer. Can I just clap for her when she walks in? Will she be mad at me? Good to see you, Pam. Okay. I think the last people that were coming in are probably here, or if not, I don't want to start too late because I know that we have the PD open forum that comes up after this, and so I'm hopeful that this will actually be one of the shorter presentations that I've had going into everything. And so, this is my understanding of this particular event this year is that this is both an introduction to. Is it too soft? Okay. This is both an introduction to what admin services is, but I'm also embedding it here in terms for people that are returning, what's new, what's different, the things we talked about at the kickoff. I want to kind of walk into that, what our focus areas are for this year. But then this is related to a focus area. It's very important for me, for the people that are on my team, to stand up here and introduce themselves. And so that people understand who are the ones that are actually driving all the work that we do. And team is a big focus of that. I'll get to that in a second as well. But I alone, obviously, cannot do everything in admin services. And Ginger cannot do everything with finance and so forth. And we often, I think, because of the nature of last year, took sort of a front-facing piece of this. And so I want to use this time to introduce other members of our team and have them kind of stand up, many of whom are in new roles this year, but those people also that are new to the exposure of the whole college and who have a body of responsibility to get things done. I want them to be able to stand up here and introduce themselves. And so if I don't know you, if you're brand new, either staff or faculty, nice to meet you, welcome back, or welcome to get started. My name is Rob. I'm the Vice President of Admin Services here. You will see me around both at the Red Mountain campus and here at Southern and Dobson frequently all year long. I want to be someone very easy to engage to, so if you have questions, I encourage you to reach out to me either through the Google chat or send me an email or so forth, but please be in touch with me. I'm always happy to engage with people. So admin services, I have a green laser this time, unlike red. I'm excited about that. So admin services is composed of these 4 areas right here. This is my terrible shape tool that I did. It's not quite a perfect circle, I think. There's the Office of the Vice President of Admin Services. We have Finance and HR, and this is Ginger Rogers' area. We have Facilities and Property, that's Sergio. And we have CTS, which is Chrissy. And all of these areas combined provide the comprehensive set of services for this college, Red Mountain and Southern and Dobson from it. And so let me talk a little bit about what we're doing this year. Did that work? There we go. Let me just start first and introduce what does admin services do? What do we do? And so I took these 3 pictures, I think, that really summarizes it very well. That right there, of course, is the invisibility emoji. I didn't like it because, I don't like the blank one because it's got this sort of like blank face on. It doesn't look very happy from it, so I chose a GIF in there that has a Santa Claus in there. And why did I put the invisible face up there? It's because I would hope, or we would aspire, that our work would be, for the most part, invisible, that things just work coming into it. And so we are not here to be front and center. We are largely to be invisible and keep things moving. I put an Elmer's glue on here because the role of admin services and administration is that we are the glue that binds pieces of the college together. So if faculty are teaching an online course, we are the technology piece for it. All right, if we are teaching an in-person course, then our facilities piece comes together. We are the glue and the pieces that oftentimes, because we see it so often, we just make assumptions about, but we keep those pieces working and moving together. And finally, this last one, which if you have a career in operations, you typically associate our work with gear spokes and going into it, because that is very much another symbolic element of what we do. We manage the college. We keep the machine running. We manage the operational pieces of it and going into all of it. But importantly, okay, and I've said this many times, the operations do not run the experience. That's what student affairs and academic affairs do. We don't run the experience. And so what do I mean by that? I mean that a barrier to what we do here in our aspirations does not start with, well, we can't afford it, so therefore don't do it. Oh, we don't have that, so therefore we can't do it. All right, that is an operational shutdown right here, which doesn't necessarily mean that we have money for everything. There are very real and practical limitations when it comes to managing money. But that should not be the place where we stop and start our daydreaming about what we want to be and what we want to become. All right, admin services manages the college. All right, student affairs, the leadership groups, academic affairs, that provides the leadership to the student experience. And most importantly, and additionally, we measure ourselves based on the level of service that we provide to the college. That is our measure of success, not how do we compare to what Chandler Gilbert has, or what they have or what we don't have, or any of the areas around here. We measure ourselves by reflecting inwards, looking at the college and saying, are we providing good service to the college? And that's how admin services comes out and reflects and measures our value. So our aspirational goals, and I will always put this up here, and people will be tired of hearing me say it, but these are our aspirational goals. If we had to have like a mission statement, we would be timely and responsive service, and we work to create an optimal learning environment for students, faculty, and staff. And that's it. Those are our aspirational goals coming into it. When I say aspirational, that means that we hope to achieve that all the time. Sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes we'll fall short from it. But these are the things that we will keep as our North Star as we hope to achieve and navigate throughout the course of our year. Oops. I gave away some of my slides. So, admin service focus areas this year. The areas that are important to me this year, because you did hear me announce at the kickoff, we are not in a budget crisis anymore. Yeah. Thank you. We are not in a budget crisis. So, this year we are focusing on the growth and professional investment in our team, the democratization of ideas, okay, for efficiency and innovation. I'll talk more about what I mean. I hate to use the term innovation sometimes because it's been way overplayed. People are tired of it. Let me just define innovation. Innovation is successfully taking an idea and commercializing it and bringing it somewhere, if you will, commercializing. That is all innovation. It is not invention. Invention is very different. Pouring the foundation, this is very important, the foundation for the future of the college. So we've aligned a lot of our staff to be ready for it. Financial stewardship, which is always going to be an important element of what we do. And then campus and community safety, of which a much bigger chunk of it will happen in the next hour, but that is a huge focus. And then finally, and we've kicked this off already, and it will continue all year, engagement. Taking our area and engaging and telling the story of what we do from it. Bringing others that are interested into our story and finding better ways by which we can provide service to the college. So, In the first one, team is a huge focus this year. And I would turn to you and say probably one of my favorite shows of all time is Ted Lasso, 100%. It is a genius show, absolutely genius. If you have not seen it, I encourage you to see it. It's not like a chicken soup for the soul, even though it kind of is. It has so many great lessons in it. I would really encourage people to see it. But I think it is important this year, and a focus for me will be emphasizing that we are one admin services, we are one team, and we are focused on service. All right, in the past, my observation is that it has typically been either one person for a unit or another person in the unit is sort of the spokesperson for everybody in the unit coming into it. And this year, our goal is to try and bring out as many people and give more people agency to speak for themselves and take responsibility for their own work. Outcomes are always important. Okay, but this year we're going to talk more. Sometimes the journey can matter more. Sometimes the journey can be just as important. And so a win condition for me, okay, is that if we're talking about system thinking, which is sort of the rage right now across the district, if we're talking about system thinking, it means bringing everyone across the finish line, bringing the whole team across the finish line. It is not a party of one that represents everyone. Sometimes they might feel directly represented. Sometimes they're just on an org chart. Everybody's brought along in the success of the college. It's not about my credit or your credit or their credit. It's the whole team's credit. And I firmly believe that in the new world that the district is going into, all right, if we are performing at a level where everyone can say admin services delivers great service to the college, and everybody is brought along on this journey to get to that point, we will lead the way. That will come back to bring the same outcomes that we looked at before, that Mesa is truly a superstar when it comes to how we're doing things in admin services. And so, finally, and what do I see as my job? Okay, and this is a shameless plagiarization from Ted Lasso, but I 100% believe in this. My job this year is to help each person in admin services, every single person up and down the org chart on my team be the best versions of themselves at work and elsewhere to the degree they determine they want to aspire to. All right, that's an important final clause right there. Not everybody wants to be a VPAS or would aspire to even get in there. And that's fine. That's okay. All right, and so finding where everybody's at and helping them be the best versions of what they want to be as a professional, both at work and then in their personal lives as well too, from it. So some of that starts with this, and I wanted to share this as a model as well too. Notice here in the triangle, we're all connected in part of the same stop right here. An observation I had in the past as VPASs would rotate and come in and out and go and turn over often, I think, as much as the presidents have, is that there seems to be a gigantic chasm between what normally was in the organization, maybe this area of L2, and then whoever was in charge at the very top here, the VP. And so team members could have a conversation like this. I am a 114, a 116, or a 118 in IT, and there's a vacancy in the VPAS role, and certainly there's no perception that I could ever be someone that would take that role. They just wouldn't hire me. Maybe it would be a fiscal person, maybe it would be over there. I want everybody to see in this new model that if you start your journey in the industry of higher education down here, there is a pathway, and I am more than happy to help coach you there, that every single person could achieve and aspire to sit at the very top and be a VP themselves if that's what they want to be, if that's how they set themselves. That there's not some disconnect where the Illuminati comes and makes the decision as to who sits there and everybody else exists down there. That it is very clear for everyone how it is we grow in this career path going into it. This is how our team is broken up. All right, we have L1, which is my team, and the AVPs, and this group assumes all decision-making and responsibility for the division operations. Everybody reports up to them, so we have to assume a sense of responsibility. All right, in the L2 area, this group is composed of staff who have responsibilities with college-wide impact. All right, this is where you are starting to build your brand and learn more about how this industry works. I use her as an example all the time. I'm going to pick on her again from all of it because I like her very much, but I keep thinking of Vanessa. Vanessa does recruiting and hiring for the entire college. The entire college. She's the only one that does it. So she has a full college-wide impact. And everyone at that level, never minding the numbers or the salary grades, that is a distinguishing feature of people that are at that level as they learn to socialize with the college and get out there and start to build their own service brand. And if you start here in L3, then maybe you're at more of an entry-level role. And that's okay if you want to stay there too. This is where, and many of us have done this early in their career, certainly I did, that's a wax on, wax off area, right? We're practicing in the cycle of going into all of it. We're learning the skill set, and more importantly, and this is a focus going in the future, we are learning to become generalists. Because in a generalist situation, if I'm in my lane right here, and that group over there needs a little bit of extra help, then I can go over there and assist them. And if I learn that skill as well too, now I'm actually switchable in 2 different areas. And that helps with your own career progression and growth. I started my career doing traditional res life work, very traditional student affairs from it. I ended up next in operations, finally in finance. And for me, the story I had to tell myself was, I want career progression, but I don't necessarily get to dictate if I want to stay here, how that progression is going to happen for me. And so I have to be open to learning new skills. I have to be open to adapting in different areas. And so I will tell my team often, if you learn generalist skills, and then you can assume a set of responsibility to cover that area in addition to your area, and do this over here, and you can manage that over there, that is the foundation by which you want to build a career on. That will make you more marketable and move you up the pipeline, if you will, much faster, if that's your goal from it. And so again, I say this about this chart, every staff member has a pathway to grow in this industry. And I will ask people often, well, what do you want for your career? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want out of this? And I want people to courageously and confidently come to me and say, I want to be here. I want to go here. By the time I'm your age, I want to do that too. Then let me help you, show you what you need to get to those levels. If you can run a $10 million budget, you can run a $110 million budget. And I'm more than happy to find ways to give you transferable skills as well too. And these are all parts of the new pieces that we're looking into for admin services. Ideas and innovation. Every institution in higher ed today, every single institution, I said this at the kickoff, is thinking about efficiencies, is looking at their staffing models, is looking at how their finances work. Our budget allocation model is simply the Maricopa Community College's strategy for how we are tackling a conversation that everybody is having right now in higher education. It's just our flavor of it from it. And so what I believe when you merge the models of what we're doing in here, I think the ideas with our teams are already out there. I think people know right now, we just got to do this and it would just make things so much easier. We just haven't listened to them very well in the past. My observation, being very candid here, is that my immediate predecessors and so forth, that there was not a lot of direct investment in what was going on at the operational level of the different teams. There was, I exist up here, I hire one of you, go and take care of it. You got it all covered, right? And for me, sometimes to their chagrin, I am very invested in what every single person is doing. I want to understand it. And that has been true of my career, my entire life. I want to understand the building blocks of every single thing and be engaged in it and going into it. I'm not saying I have to run it. I'm not saying that I need to be a part of everything all the time. I need to understand it, and I'm invested in learning that. And so I believe that if we leverage our team's experience, all right, we're going to figure out how to do, well, if we just do it this way, you get a better outcome right here. And that requires us listening to people, listening and understanding what's going on. It's also an understanding of what our best practices are and then aligning with them. I think that with so many people that I've met in admin services, many of them have 10, 15, 20 years of experience. The knowledge is out there. I just have to listen to it, and we're going to bring it together this year. So the other thing I want to talk about is our desire to prepare for the future. And I've said this before, and this, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you might see this on LinkedIn as well too. But otherwise, this might be breaking news for you. Over the next 5 years, the district is going to invest nearly $40 million in Mesa Community College. Right now, $40 million. We have 13 coming in for the STEM Center. We have another 25 coming in for the welding facility that's coming. We have probably, I'm guessing, between another 3 or 5 for an expansion of the TC building if we move in that direction. The shared governance group will make some decisions on ES9. Either way, we are investing a lot in infrastructure. And so this is a lot of major projects, a lot of new partners coming into the industry, in the trades, in the construction area. You've seen many of them already out there with our new bulletin boards. I want to position our personnel and our teams to be ready to capitalize on these things, to be ready to represent this college as we fold in new facilities so that it just works. It works, and we're all brought along over the process. We understand what's happening, and there is some engagement with the college as we have pieces like floor plans are being revealed, or frankly, even choosing what the color scheme of a building is going to look like, how we want this outlined, so that these buildings start to mean something to everybody in here when it comes online. That my hope would be that people would feel compelled and want to be there when we have groundbreakings and we have openings, because it means the growth of our college. And there are so many people that I've met here that are fundamentally institutional actors from it. And this means that during your time here working with Mesa and afterwards, these facilities are part of the institution. And so they should mean something to all of us. Financial stewardship. And so as another preview, the budget steering team will continue this year. We are in year 1 of the new budget allocation model. We've had a very successful year. We do have some carry forward. I'm not sharing a specific number of what that is right now because as we are still doing financial close, it could swing significantly. And so until I can fully explain it, I don't want to share what that number is. But that is an achievement. And obviously you saw, and I said this before, they edited some of my emojis going into all of it, but we are no longer in a budget crisis. The college this year, you've been seeing it, but there will be quarterly reports. We will have P-card controls again, which I know I've been talking about for way too long. The CTIP process, which is the Capital and Technology Improvement Plan, will come back again this year, which is an effort by which we request from the district money for larger capital investments. And then most importantly, and I copy our COO in this, and I love this a lot, but taking a look at our spending and judging it from the perspective of what is our highest, best use. And so this is, again, sort of our system thinking budget allocation model lingo that's coming into play. How are we focusing and using our money in order to produce the best outcome for our core mission of teaching and learning, period, going into it. Many of you saw when I announced admin services renewal a few months ago on the internet, I included on there, it was important to note that we have saved 5%. We have trimmed 5% of our division's budget going into it. And so that is about us getting more efficient, reflecting upon how we do, what positions are needed. It doesn't mean they're all gone all the time. We might have to bring some back. We might have to create new ones from it. But it is about looking at how we can be more efficient about the team members that we have and what we're doing. The one slide I do have, but I'm going to let them speak more from all of it, but this is a preview on the campus safety piece. I'm very excited to work with our new leadership of campus safety. I have a high degree of faith in them, and I'm excited for what they're going to bring going into all of it. But I want to introduce something that I think is important to the college. The first is understanding the concept of campus safety, okay, as having really 2 different lanes from all of it. One is the sworn officer services. What is police work, okay? And the other one is the civilian safety services. And these in the future are going to be an admin service. And it's going to be something that we're going to design, as the president had shared, in shared governance. And so admin services component of all of it is establishing a set of them for community support and safety, consistency and integrity going into all this as well too, from it. This is an important distinction. When I got here last year, and many of you probably have this similar model too, we just assume the blue shirts, we assume that perhaps the night security guards all report up to campus PD. And so a piece of data that I think is very important, and I'm sure you'll hear it again soon as well too, we wouldn't hire sworn officers only to handle lockouts on campus. That's a pretty expensive person that you've hired to only handle lockouts, right? So there needs to be kind of a coupled element in that where we are doing civilian safety services. What are those services? Marie might have, I don't know if Marie's watching from Red Mountain, but Marie turned to me and said, well, we don't have a lost and found anymore. Well, maybe we don't need sworn officers to manage the lost and found. Maybe we move that or think differently about that. I don't know. But these are conversations that we'll have in shared governance in order to redesign these pieces of it coming into all of it. The sworn officer services, what I am excited about is that we will have a lot of community engagement this year, starting off right after this. It will be consistent with best practices. I know Chief Barfus will talk about this shortly as well too. And this model is going to evolve, okay? So it is not something where what you see today is frozen. We have an opportunity to engage and be a part of the design of how we want this to grow from it. And you will see that and hear that commitment today as well too, going into it. The next part, I think so, yes. The next part of all this is that as we're wrapping up right here, I just want to talk a little bit about engagement, which I had said is very important to me this year, that our teams find ways to tell the story of what we're doing to various members and constituencies across the college. And so without a whole lot of any fanfare whatsoever, I do think it's important that everyone gets up here, introduces themselves, and just shares a little bit about what role they have coming into it, because the conversation is no longer going to be, as I said, just myself or Ginger, or frankly, even myself, Ginger, or Sergio and Chrissy. We have a huge number of members that are on our team that are super talented, that frankly have, in my opinion, not been utilized to the best that we could to get them out there and frankly show off, I think, the great things that they're doing from it. I think this is important too, but I am relentlessly interested in seeking feedback. And so many of you will call me directly and just let me know where we have failed. I want that. I want that because I need to understand better, where is this process breaking? How can we improve all this stuff from it? And so that is a key part that we should not shy away from feedback. We should embrace all of it. It will help us get better in terms of the service that we're providing. All right. And now, as we democratize our division, several people have new responsibilities and trusts with respect to managing critical elements of the college, and I think you should meet them. But I'm not going to shine a green laser pointer in your face. Although some of you are waiting for me to do that and then get in trouble for it. Okay, first, I'm going to bring Sergio up and your team. And you guys can come up here. Yes. Don't be shy. I'll deal with that.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it, everything. So I'm the first one up because I talk the most, right? I think everybody knows that here who knows me. I rarely get to praise these two individuals. So first, Ed Gonzalez, Jesus Garcia. We have such a small facilities team and the largest campus footprint-wise, right, in the district. I get it done because of these two individuals right here. So again, I told them get ready because I'm just going to pour it on for you two. So I am, of course, your newly coined, I love to take Rob's phrase, AVP, Associate Vice President of Facilities. I am Facilities and Property. I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what Rob said about laying the foundation for the future for MCC. Well, we, not I, but we are building the future. If you've seen my little internet post that came out today about the STEM building. So I just want to basically just let you know that there's going to be so much going on as well. So many projects from the welding building to the STEM building to existing kind of infrastructure changes we're going to be doing as well. That's just the big highlight things, but things that you'll see behind the scenes, like the elevator renovations. Everybody who gets in Kirk Center's elevator is probably like, hey, is it 50-50? I'm going to roll the dice if I'm going to make it out of here, right? So, or am I going to cave into the floor? Ed knows that too, right? I think got stuck in there one time. So those things are going to get done too as well. Our central plant actually will be totally getting redone at just north of $7 million from district office. Those are things you just don't see, but are very, very critical. So I just kind of want to give a highlight of what we're doing, kind of what's going on, and then seeing these two praises here. I'll give them just a quick second to speak, kind of let them know. I won't speak for them, kind of just their background with MCCD. Edward.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Edward Gonzalez. I've been with MCC going on 24 years now. So yeah, I overlook facilities. Thank you. So I overlook our custodial staff as well as our utility and grounds maintenance. So I love this college. Obviously, I've been here for so long, and I pour everything I have into this college 24/7. So I'm just happy to be here in this situation, in this role, and be able to kind of like pour my heart and soul into our department. So, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Jesus Garcia. I've been with MCC since 2022, so about 3 years now. Prior to that, I was at another college. We won't say it. But I've been with the district for about 15 years, right? And now some of you know me from my previous role as a facilities project manager. Now with this role, I will oversee the crafts departments, which includes the painters, the plumbers, HVAC, carpenters, and electric shop carpenter. And so so I'm really excited to be here, working alongside Edward and Sergio, and just call me if anything needs fixing. Thanks.
Yes. Call Jesus, don't call me. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of highlight them because I rarely get an opportunity to get to kind of sing their praises. Again, everybody knows me here, right? I've been at this college since 2011, left for a small tenure and then came back in 2022-ish or something. I don't keep track of dates. But so if I'm the face of facilities and property, they are the heart and soul of it pretty much. So I know everybody knows that, but I just wanted to, again, kind of get the faces. You'll see them around. I'm sure they come to your office when you need something, when there's an issue or something. We're always there. You'll see me walking around too, driving around, whatever. Just holler, stop. Just don't jump in front of the cart because I might not stop. So anyway, so these are the facilities of MCC. I just wanted to kind of highlight them as well. So thank you so much.
All right. I think Ginger's next. We have the fireworks to go off and then the music going for everything. She absolutely dreaded talking today. So everyone give a giant welcome to Ginger right here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ginger Rogers. I'm the Associate Vice President of Admin Services, and this is my team. I'm over HR, fiscal, and cashiers. At this time, Valerie Stingley, which is my fiscal manager over cashiers, she is out on a family emergency, so she is not standing up here with the team that is my right hands, but I will let all of them introduce themselves and tell them a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Angela Bonas, and I manage auxiliary services here, which involves event scheduling, facility rentals, facility leases, and etc. So we'll see what else comes.
Hi, I'm Shane Siebold. I'm the fiscal manager here. I've been here since 2010. Thank you, Julie. Many of you guys may know who I am, or you know my team members. And again, we are here. We know the whole budget crisis last year was a big thing. This year, we are out of it, as Rob has said, but we are still expanding the education across what fiscal means to the campus. So if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out, and we're happy to help.
I'm Vanessa Watson. Rob already introduced me, so I'm just going to keep this moving along. Just kidding. Been with the college about 5 years now. Been doing HR for about 27 years. I know I don't look a day over like 25, but it's true. 24, thank you. So I handle recruiting, full-time, part-time. I'm fully staffed as of today. I've got 2 helping with the part-time and 2 helping with the full-time. So we're really cranking them out. I think you said, Donna, we had 90 adjuncts or 90 temporary employees starting today for orientation. So if we're not responding to your emails today in HR, that's probably why. We're busy. All right, Donna, you're up.
Why, hello, everybody. Oh, sorry, please clap for Vanessa. Hello again. So Donna Adams, I am a program manager for HR, and I am over the compensation and development teams, of which only consist of 2 people right now, so small team, but we are here to help you with those needs. Compensation, of course, involves payroll, so paycheck issues, time and labor, and development would be different kind of trainings and opportunities. We are going to implement this year open houses at least once a month, couple hours, come in, ask questions, but we are also always there if you want us to come to a department meeting or any other kind of event that you have where you have questions, and you can obviously reach out to us and connect with us one-on-one. We all like emails and chats because that way we can manage things while, well, we kind of try to multitask, I guess. And just getting back to the personal side, I have been on MCC's campus since September of 2001. I am over 25. But with the district since 99, so I am one of those long-timers that Rob mentioned earlier.
Hi, everybody. My name is Garrett Smith. I'm the HR director for your Human Resources Department at Mesa Community College. My job is to provide guidance, direction, and support to my team, our college leadership, and every single employee that fits within that pyramid that Rob showed earlier. My main area of focus within the department is employee relations support. So anything from leaves to employee assistance programs to performance management and discipline. So probably you're doing really well if you're not having to come see me in my office. Been here going on 11 years, and before that I retired from the Air Force. So good to be here. Thank you.
And again, I wouldn't be able to do it without any of these guys up here. I need them. They're right there with me all the time. So, and we're looking forward to the year with all of you guys.
Right. And then finally, last but not least, come on, Tom, you too. Last but not least, we have our CTS team coming up to introduce them as well too. I feel like I need a nickname for you, Tom. You know, like something like that. I feel like he needs a nickname, right?
A nickname?
Yeah, I know.
She's got a dot. Is that better?
Hi, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Christine Bullock. You can call me Chrissy. I'm the new Associate Vice President for IT. We call ourselves College Technology Services, though, CTS. I've been with Mesa for about 11 years now. I think I started in like 2014, I think. Prior to that, I did defense contracting for about 17 years, working for the DoD. I'm going to introduce these 2 lovely gentlemen. We have Wade Harris and Tom Dyer, and you can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
So I'm Wade Harris. I'm over the systems and networking team. I've been here for way too long, 30-ish years. I don't know, HR would have to tell me. But yeah, we do everything from the servers on the back end, taking care of the web pages, things like that, doing the new VMs for the BAS program, and everything networking also, phones, everything like that. Here's Tom.
Thanks. You're welcome. Thank you, Wade. My name's Tom Dyer. I am the customer support person responsible for that right now. One thing I do want to say is one of the things that me and my managers, and I have Michael Harwell back there, and Ken Coons, who is Help Center, I've got Tim and Brian also in the back of the room. We're going to be reaching out to everybody, all the departments, for an engagement session, kind of introduce ourselves, make sure everybody understands what we can help with, and see if you have any feedback for us. I've been here since 2004, so yeah, thank you.
If anybody is interested in joining TAC, I'm going to kind of change up the way that's worked in the past. Where's Pam? There you go, put your hand up. Pam and I are going to lead TAC this year. We're going to do it the first Fridays of every month, starting in September. If you would like an invitation to join our Technology Advisory Committee, please shoot me an email. I will add you to the meeting invite. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. So thank you all so much for that. I think it is very important as leadership to identify leaders down the organization. And that was the purpose of bringing everyone up here and have a chance to speak and tell a little bit about their story. I do want to say one thing, though, never forgotten, but very important. We have Cheryl Hart and her critters, because they're usually introduced to me at the same time when I talk to her if I want to come and see her critters. I assume she's watching right now somewhere. We have Crystal at the Red Mountain campus. Sometimes we have Marie pinch hitting, but I think she kind of works for Michael Voss, if he's around or watching. And then, I don't know her last name, but I know she's brand new, so I just call her New Nancy when I was out there. And they are our admin support team out there. They did try and poison me over the summer. They have this soy-infused tuna right here, and so I just want to point out, do not eat that when you go out there. It's absolutely disgusting from there. We have a 20-minute break or 15-minute or so break right now while we transition. Are you waving, Stephanie? Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Way in the back right there, Tim. Fire it away. Yes. Well, thank you. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. To repeat what Tim said, Tim was giving a promo of something that we should have probably included more in here from it. But a process by which to communicate service requests would be to submit a ticket through ServiceNow, which we will talk more about in the coming days. So thank you, Tim. Any other questions from online or anyone in the audience going into it? I do see our PD team is here. We're going to give them a few minutes to acclimate and change, but I am more than happy to take questions. If you want to email me as well too, I'll pause right there. Anyone have any questions? Anyone online? Good? Okay. All right. Well, then we'll take a break. Thank you so much for coming. And we'll turn it over.